Friends, welcome back. Free NFL Bets Podcast. My name is Eric. I love betting the NFL. I love betting the NBA. I love winning money more than betting. So let's put week 2 behind us. Week 2 was freaking awful. Lost a lot of money. I'm looking to win that money back and then some in week 3. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. First game up, we got the Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills. Line is plus 12.5 for the Dolphins. The road underdog, over unders 49.5, 50, somewhere around that number. And so the Dolphins are 0-2. Mike McDaniel had an awful press conference where he sounded ridiculous. The locker room could be potentially, if it isn't already, lost and just tired of Mike McDaniel. It's very well. It could possibly happen. And the Bills, they're just doing Bill things. 2-0. Just Thursday Night Football at home, Highmark Stadium. Welcome the Dolphins, who they own. They beat them like 15 times in a row or something like that, or like 13 out of 15 times. So, yeah, I mean, in my opinion, if the Dolphins have any bit of fight in them, they cover this number easily. Because get this, guys. Get this, right? If the Dolphins had won and beat and had beaten the Patriots on Sunday, what would this line be? I don't think it would be 10. I think it'd be like 8.5, right? Dolphins 1-1. Eke out a win against the Patriots. The sky's not falling. People don't think Mike McDaniel's losing the locker room. Dolphins players are feeling better. I think it's 8.5. I don't think the 12.5 is justified, guys. I don't. The Bills' defense is a little banged up. The Dolphins and Tua Tagovailoa actually played a really, really damn good game. Just missed that one throw to Tyreek Hill in the fourth quarter. That really hurt. But other than that, he threw the ball really well. The Dolphins have more than enough weapons to move the ball down the field against the Bills' defense. I'm not sold on the Bills' defense right now in its current form with all their injuries, and just their safety position isn't very athletic. And the Dolphins are very athletic. So I think the number's a little too high, guys. Now, obviously, the Dolphins' defense, you know, the front seven's talented. The secondary's trash, pretty much. Rasul Douglas plays for the Dolphins. He used to play for the Bills, so there's a little bit of that angle going on. I like the Dolphins plus 12.5. I am debating it, guys. I don't think Buffalo gets up for this game. I think if the Dolphins have any bit of fight in them at all against a divisional opponent, regardless of if they care about their head coach or not, if they have any pride as a professional football player, getting paid millions of dollars, and on national TV, not wanting to be embarrassed, they go out and cover this number, guys. It's too high. Total-wise, I like points in this one, guys. Thursday night, Dolphins are going to fight. If they get down by a lot, I think they fight back, and I think that they score over 20 points. I think the Bills get to 4 touchdowns. I think this number goes over 49.5, guys. I do like that. Next game up, we have first 1 o'clock game. Indianapolis Colts at the Tennessee Titans. Line is minus 4.5 or minus 4 to the road favorite, Indianapolis. Over under is at 43.5. That's pretty standard across the board there. Am I seeing that? Yeah, 43.5 everywhere. And this is the thing, guys. Colts look great, right? So far, 2-0. They beat the Fish, who were flat-footed in week 1. Then they beat the Broncos. They're kind of gifted that win by the Broncos. Will Lutz missed like a 40-yard field goal. And then they did an unnecessary penalty on the snapper on the Colts' original field goal try to win the game, which they missed. And then there was a 15-yard penalty. So it's kind of like a chip shot at that point, like a 44-yarder or something. Not a chip shot, but a lot easier field goal for Schrader for the Colts to make. And then they win, and the rest is history. And Bo Nix also threw an interception in the fourth quarter. basically what I'm saying, guys, is I did watch Daniel Jones tonight, actually. Every throw that he made, he looked good, but he still didn't look great. He looks like he's running the offense. He's running the system well for Shane Steichen. That's what it looks like to me. He has a very talented offensive line. Yeah, they lost Kelly and Will Freeze in free agency. Goncalves and Tortoloni or whatever his name is, they're doing just fine. They're running the ball well. They ran the ball well against one of the best defenses in the NFL against the Broncos. Move the ball. They're doing well. I do think they're flying a little too high, though. And the Titans 0-2 at home. Guys, that game against the Rams, it was 20-16 in the fourth quarter. And then Cam Ward got sacked, turned the ball over, and then the floodgates opened and the game was toast. But Cam Ward made a lot of really nice throws. His offensive line is still crap. So there's that. All I'm saying is this, guys, is, man, I want to bet Indy, but my inner betting guide is telling me, this is a weird line to me. It's a weird line. I think the Titans are live to lose the game and still cover the number in a close contest. I still have faith in the Titans defense. They played okay through 3 quarters-ish against the Rams. But really, in my opinion, it was just Matt Stafford looking damn good, guys, and Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua. Like, those 3 guys, Stafford didn't miss a throw hardly ever, and then Devontae Adams made incredible catches. Like, I mean, I think the Titans are live to win this game, actually, guys. I think there's a good chance they cover that number, guys. I am going to say that. Over under 43.5. I think it goes under, guys. I think it goes under. Not going to bet it, but I really do lean under. I think Daniel Jones and that Colts offense is flying a little too high. I think their focus is not going to be as sharp as it has been the first 2 weeks. I think the Titans defense is a little underrated compared to who they've played right now. I like a close, low-scoring game in that one, guys. Next game up, we have the Atlanta Falcons at the Carolina Panthers. -5.5 is the Atlanta Falcons, road favorite. Over/under is 43.5 as well, just like the last game. And so this is the thing, too, guys. Panthers' first home game. Falcons pulled off a very good win on the road, Sunday Night Football at the Vikings. Regardless if J.J. McCarthy played the way he did or not, like, I still think it's impressive. Like, yeah, J.J. McCarthy was awful, but the Falcons defense showed me something. The safety, Watts, or the last name that starts with the B, the guy who got the interceptions, they're good, guys. I mean, I think that secondary's pretty good. Now, A.J. Terrell is questionable in this one. On the other side, the Panthers' offensive line lost Robert Hunt and is it Corbett, I think, the center for the season. So 2 starting offensive linemen are out for the Panthers. And the Falcons' front 7 did really well last week against the Vikings. So that concerns me a little bit. They still have their tackles, though. So the Panthers have their tackles. Falcons did have a better pass rush with James Pierce Jr., Jalen Johnson, their 2 first-rounders, against the Vikings offensive line. But something is telling me, guys, that +5.5. There's one +6 out there, but it's mainly 5.5. I kind of like the Panthers, guys, and I don't know why. Now, they only gave up 20 points defensively last week against the Cardinals. Cardinals did score a defensive touchdown. That's why it was 27-22, I think the final score was. And I just think the Panthers at home are going to be very scrappy. Michael Penix is still not a very good quarterback. He's just not. Panthers are going to give him a hard time. The Vikings gave him a hard time. He just had short field position. They didn't score an offensive touchdown, guys. The Vikings let them score an offensive touchdown. if I'm remembering correctly. Maybe they did score one offensive touchdown, but I think it was all field goals. But anyways, I do lean the Panthers in that one. Over under. That's a weird one. I have no feel for that over under. I could see both happening. I lean under 43.5 though. Next game up, we have the Las Vegas Raiders at the Washington Commanders, and right now, guys, it's looking like Jaden Daniels is not going to play this week. The Commanders are saying that they're erring on the side of caution. So I think Marcus Mariota plays. I think he plays this week. Now, Geno Smith looked awful for the Raiders against the Chargers on Monday Night Football. Looked awful, guys. He looked good against the Patriots, awful against the Chargers. Chargers have a much better secondary than the Patriots did, so that's probably why. Commanders have an average secondary, in my opinion. They have talent back there, but I think they're just kind of average. So I lean the Raiders plus 3.5. Mariota is just, I don't think he's that good, guys. I think he's worse than Geno Smith. Patrick Graham, he calls a good game on defense. I'm a little disappointed they gave up as many points as they did to the Chargers, but the Chargers are in a good groove right now, so hats off to them. I do lean Raiders here plus 3.5. Over under is at 44. I lean under, guys. That one's kind of talking to me just because I know Patrick Graham and that Raiders defense is going to bounce back with an opportunistic opponent with the Commanders offense the way that it is. I mean the Commanders offense really doesn't have a second wide receiver. Debo Smith is just a running back playing receiver, and Austin Eckler's out. Yeah, I mean, obviously the rookie running back for the Commanders is really good. But I just think the Raiders don't let the Commanders score 24 points. I don't think the Commanders let the Raiders score 24 points. 23-20 goes under. I kind of like that game to go under, guys. Let's go to the next game. Packers at the Browns. We got a lot of numbers, guys. We got a minus 7.5. We got a minus 8. We got a minus 8.5 to the road favorite, Green Bay Packers. Over under. See what the over under is. 41.5 across the board. And so this is the thing, guys. If you've been listening this far, I'll get into the statistics now that I did. I broke down some 25-year. So from the year 2000 to the year 2024, every single season, I broke down what the percentage was of favorites who won the game. How often did they cover the point spread? So basically, in this instance, let's put this data to this game example. So the Packers are minus 7 point favorites. So if you feel very confident that the Packers are going to win this game, okay, what is the rate that you would need to be profitable betting the spread? And the numbers say that the favorites cover 71% of the time if they win the game. Now, that's all favorites. So what about minus 7 point favorites? Well, I looked that up. So in the last 25 years, minus 7 point favorites, like around minus 7, minus 7.5, like what this line is right now, they are 298 and 108 straight up, which is 73% winning percentage. And against the spread, they're 197 and 192 and 19 pushes, so a little over 50%. And so what this equates to, guys, is that you have to divide 197 by 298, and that is the percentage that they cover. So in this example, if it's a minus 7 point favorite, they cover the spread if they win. If you know that they're going to win, The winners cover the spread 66% of the time if they win the game. All right. So basically what that means is you take the 82. No. You have to find your number. So I found it. So I did the math. So if you know that this favorite is going to win 82% of the time at a minus 7 point line range, they win 82% of the time. Then you multiply that by the 66% percentage that they cover if you know that they're going to win. Then it comes out to a 54% outcome. So if you feel confident, like 82%, I know there's some people out there, I do myself as well, where I actually legitimately go through to the percentage of how likely I think this team is going to win. So, if you get to 82%, minus 7 point favorite, you think they're going to win, you just bet them blind. You will be profitable long term, guys, if you really are sold that they're going to win. Now, in this game, I think Cleveland's live, so I would not apply this. I think Cleveland's live to win this game. They looked very good against the Bengals in week 1 at home. They hung in there against the Ravens on the road, and the Ravens are like one of the best teams in the NFL. The Packers are flying high. They're kind of like the Colts right now, right? Where it's like, okay, they beat the Lions. Lions look flat. Then Thursday night, they get the Commanders on the road. Or they get the Commanders at Lambeau. Commanders, I think that was a bad spot for them. So I think the Green Bay stock is too high right now. And I think the Brown stock is too low right now. I think this line should be closer to like 6.5. That's where I would put the line at right now. I think the 7.5, 8.5, I think that's a really good looking line. I am considering betting that, guys. If you want to get all of my plays, I'll put the link in my podcast description. Click that link. It'll give you all of my plays this year. They're all free, guys. You don't have to pay anything. You literally just click the link, sign up, you get all my plays. So go ahead, click that link, guys. Drop a like, drop a comment, do all that stuff. Show some love if you like listening to the podcast, guys. I appreciate you guys for listening. Over underwise for that game, I lean over 41.5 actually, but I'm staying away from that total. Next game up, we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Minnesota Vikings. Line is -3, flat 3 for the home favorite Minnesota Vikings. Total is at 41.5. There's some 42s out there as well. And Jake Browning looks to play for the Bengals. I don't think they're going to bring in any other quarterbacks this week to really push him. I think it is going to be Browning starting. And then Carson Wentz for the Vikings is going to start because J.J. McCarthy's got, I don't know, some type of knee, ankle. I don't know, man. J.J. McCarthy looks like he sucks. So there's that. I feel very confident in this one, guys. I do like the Vikings. I think they win this game. Jake Browning looked awful. Guys. He made 3 good throws, and they pretty much all went for touchdowns. But, like, other than that, I mean, it was, his interceptions were awful. You're not, and this is the thing, guys. The Jaguars have an okay pass rush, decent. Minnesota's going to bring the house. And, Browning's going to have to make the throws all day long. I just don't think he does it. I think Carson Wentz manages Kevin O'Connell's offense, manages the system, goes down the field, doesn't make mistakes, keeps them in the game, and I think they pull away. I think they pull away late, and I think that they do win the game by more than 3. Over under, I lean over just because that Bengals defense is not giving me any hope at all right now. But I don't feel good about this over. I am going to stay away from this over under. Next game up, guys. Next game up. We got the Rams at the Eagles. Totals at 44.5 across the board. The spread has been getting bet down. It's all the way to plus 3.5 for the Rams, and there's juice to the 3.5. So the Eagles may be a minus 3-point favorite. I think some threes are going to pop up. So if you like the Eagles, I wouldn't bet this yet. I'd wait. If you want to bet the Rams, I think you should bet it now. Now, I did look at minus 3-point favorites as well in the last 25 years. They are 578 and 423 straight up. That equates to 57.7% win percentage. And they cover at 442 to 475 and 85 pushes, which is 48%. So not profitable if you bet the minus 3 favorites blindly. Now, what does this come out to? So if you divide 442, the amount of times that all those games where the favorite covered, and then you divide that by the winners, so that comes out to 76.4% of the time that when the favorites won, they covered the point spread. So those 578 outcomes of when they won straight up, the minus 3-point favorites, they covered the spread 76.4% of the time. So that's a high number, guys. If you feel confident that one of those minus 3-point favorites are going to win, 76% of the time they're going to cover the spread. That's that's profitable, guys. If you're good at picking winners at minus 3, they got a 76% chance of covering the spread. Now, what does that equate to, though? Like, how many times do we have to get that right in order for us to be profitable? I did the math. You have to pick the winners only 71% of the time at that 76.4% cover rate, and you would get to 54% winning percentage. So if you can accurately pick the minus 3-point favorites to win the game 71% of the time, you're going to cover those spreads 54% of the time, be profitable. So in this example, if you think the Eagles are going to win this game 7 out of 10 times, just bet the spread. Bet the minus 3, which I think it'll close at, and you'll make some money, guys. Just a second, I got to take a water break. Man, if you've ever done podcasting, guys, your voice and drinking water and all that stuff, it's amazing. If you just talk for like an hour, it's not easy. I mean, it is easy, but like making it sound good and making sure like you're not thirsty and all that stuff, and it's a lot of work sometimes. Personally, this is playoff revenge. The Rams did lose to the Eagles in the playoffs last year. It was kind of a close game. The Eagles' defense is different. I've been saying it every week, guys. They played better last week against the Chiefs, but their defense is still vulnerable. A team like the Rams with Stafford, Puka, Devontae Adams, the 2 running backs, Kyren Williams and Corum. Offensive line's playing well right now. Should give Stafford some time. I think the Rams score points here, guys. I think the Eagles score points here. The Titans were running the ball fairly well against the Rams last week, and Cam Ward was actually throwing the ball fairly well against the Rams. And then the week before that, the Rams played the Texans. The Texans are a freaking mess, guys, offensively. They're a mess. So Rams got kind of 2 easy offenses out the gate. Eagles' offense is not easy. We know that. I like this game to go over 44.5, guys. I really do. I feel pretty strongly about that. Again, click the link in my podcast description. That will give you access to see if I bet this game over 44.5 or not. I kind of sneaky have a sneaky feeling the Rams cover that 3.5, guys. Probably not going to touch that side. Next game up, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the New England Patriots. Line is -1.5. Even the -2 popping up for the Pittsburgh Steelers, road favorite. Over-unders 44.5. And this could easily be a 2-0 Steelers team against an 0-2 Patriots team. And if that was the case, this line would be like -3.5, -4 to the Steelers, most likely. So take that for what it's worth, guys. I mean, think about it, right? The Steelers, Calvin Austin tipped the ball in the end zone. It's going like to Freiermuth, I think. Freiermuth would have caught it for a touchdown. It would have been 21-14 Steelers at the end of the third quarter. Instead, it wasn't. Obviously, that still would have been a lot of time left for Seattle to potentially make a comeback, and the Steelers' defense wasn't looking good. But I'm just saying, the Steelers easily could have won that game against the Seahawks. Patriots easily could have lost that game against the Dolphins. And so what I'm saying is that we're getting the Steelers at -1.5 right now. I think that's a pretty good number for the Steelers. Right now, the Patriots secondary without Christian Gonzalez, and just in general, they're just not good. They're not good. Tua Tagovailoa went, 26 of 32 for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns or something like that. So, Aaron Rodgers, now the Steelers' offensive line isn't that great. I am a little worried about that. Protecting Aaron Rodgers, you just need to give him a little bit of time. If the Steelers' offensive line can give Aaron Rodgers a little bit of time, Steelers win this game. I do believe the Steelers' defense finally turns it around this week and contains the Patriots to like maybe around 20 points. And I think the Steelers win this game like 23-20. I do lean under 44.5, and I like the Steelers -1.5. Next game up, we got the Jets, New York Jets at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Over-under is 43.5. Let's see what the spread is at now. Spread is at -6.5, -7. And Tyrod Taylor is going to get the start most likely for the Jets. Justin Fields is ruled out. I don't think they have a third-string quarterback or a practice squad quarterback that's going to challenge Tyrod for the starting spot this week. Sauce Gardner had a weird quote about Tyrod Taylor aura farming and he can get women and stuff. It was an entertaining quote. But I am in playing this game, guys. I'm not going to give it out. Again, click the link in my description if you want to see what side I am betting. Over-under. I lean under 41.5. I'm not going to go into why I feel that way, but I do lean under. Next game up. Last 1 o'clock game of the week, we got the Houston Texans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the Houston Texans, I believe, have beaten the Jacksonville Jaguars in Duval County at Jacksonville 7 straight games. That is kind of crazy, guys. I mean, even the Bills have lost to the Jets within the last 7 years. Yeah. I don't know if the Bills have lost to the Patriots in the last 7 years. The Bills, have they lost to Miami? No, they lost to Miami, I think, in the last 7 years. Like, for a team to lose 7 straight years in a row at home against a divisional opponent, like, that's pretty hard to do, guys. That's embarrassing. And what better spot than for the Texans to get their first win of the season against the Jaguars team on the road to make it 8 straight. Now, the Texans have the better defense by far. It's not even a question. It's just the Texans' offense, guys. Oh my gosh. I think CJ Stroud is... I don't even think you can call him overhyped. I think you just call him mid. He's just mid. Just straight up. He can't escape the pocket very well. He looks awful running backwards before he gets sacked, hit, or has to throw the ball out of bounds. He misses touchdown passes, easy throws. Yeah, they got no run game. The offensive line sucks. I said this in my preseason preview of the Texans. I said they had like a top 5 worst offensive line. Still believe that they do. They can't run the ball. They don't have a good running back. Nick Chubb is... It hurts my soul, guys. It hurts my soul. Nick Chubb was like one of my favorite running backs to watch in the NFL. That knee surgery he had, because Minka Fitzpatrick like effed his knee up. I was actually at that game. I saw that live. I was in that end zone area too. Like, I saw it. It was pretty freaking gruesome. Yeah, he's not Nick Chubb anymore, guys. I would play Woody Marks, the rookie out of USC. I'd play him if I were the Texans. I think he gives you guys more juice. But anyways, it's a weird game, guys. I'm not going to bet this game. I actually could see the Jaguars winning this game. They are minus 1.5 point favorites, minus 2 point favorites. I do lean that way. Total is 44.5. I kind of like that over, just because the Texans aren't going to quit. And I think the Jaguars can keep pace with them, even against the Texans defense. And if they don't, then then it's going to get freaking ugly, because Trevor Lawrence just turns the ball over like it's nothing. And Texans will score off of those opportunities. Then the game gets out of hand. I could see it like 28-17. It's 45, right? Yeah, 28-17, 28-20. I think it sneaks over. That's the way I'd go with that game, guys. All right, let's get to the 4 o'clock games. We got the Denver Broncos at the Los Angeles Chargers. Over-unders at 46. Ooh, threes are popping up, guys. It was minus 2.5. Now threes are popping up for the home favorite Chargers. But remember, the Chargers do not have home field advantage, guys. The opposing team will have more fans there than the Chargers. So there will be more Broncos fans in attendance for this game. But who knows? Maybe there's a little more casual Charger fans coming out. There's a lot of excitement around the Chargers. 2-0 in the division. Justin Herbert looks good. Dating Madison Beer or whatever her name is. And maybe that brings a little more casual Charger fans out. Who knows? Most likely not. But with all that said, I kind of like the Chargers to keep rolling here. Bo Nix did look very, very good last week. He's not surprising me. I think he's surprising me with his poise this year. He's less frantic, and when he does decide to not throw the football, or at least get out of the pocket, he's doing it, and he's looking... Well, against Tennessee he didn't. But last week against the Colts, he looked very calm, very in control, escaped the pocket, threw the ball downfield well, tucked it and run. Bo Nix looked good. The thing is, he's going against the best defense he will see so far. And the Chargers defense is very, very damn good, even without Khalil Mack. The secondary is going to be the best secondary he faces. Bo Nix could struggle. Chargers offense right now is humming, but they can't run the ball that well. So it's really Herbert throwing the ball. And the Broncos have a very good secondary. But I don't think the Broncos secondary is in great form right now. And then Pat Surtain, we got to see how healthy he is this week. I think the Chargers offense can throw the ball on them. I think they can. We'll see how the running game goes this week, but I lean under, and I actually kind of feel pretty strongly about this under. 46, I think that number's a little too high. Probably going to stay away from that total. But, yeah, Chargers minus 2.5. If I had to play it, that's where I would go, guys. Next game up, we've got the New Orleans Saints at the Seattle Seahawks. Plus 7.5 are the Saints, the road dog. We've got total at 41.5. and that's across the board. And so this is the other thing I looked up, guys. So every single week, on average in the NFL, this is the past 25 years as well, guys. Teams that win the game as favorites and don't cover, that is on average 2.68 times a week in the past 25 years, guys. That is a huge data set. Like, that's over 1,000. That's probably like 3,000 games, maybe even more than that, something like that. And that's hard data right there, guys. Like, that is a trend that we know it is what it is. It's not fluky. It's tested and proven. And last week, if we look, there were only 2 teams that won the game and did not cover. That was the Dallas Cowboys, won by 3. The line was like 5.5. And that was the Arizona Cardinals. Line was 7. They only won by 5. Every other team that won the game covered the point spread. No pushes. So that's what it is, guys. It's kind of like these numbers really don't mean anything to a certain extent. 2.5 to 3 times a week. Two games. So like week 1, there were 4 games where the favorite won but didn't cover. This week was 2. Or week 2 was 2. So week 3, around 2.5, 3 games, 2 or 3 games, favorites will win. They won't cover. This game, I don't think that applies here. I think the Seahawks win and I think they cover. Minus 7.5. Yeah, Seahawks. I don't trust the Saints on the road. Definitely don't trust the Saints defense on the road. Definitely don't trust Spencer Rattler on the road. Sorry, guys. I got to get more water. Okay. Yeah, I don't trust Spencer Rattler on the road. Let's just keep it that simple. Seahawks defense is a top 10 defense in my eyes. Seahawks offense caught their rhythm last week in Pittsburgh. They looked great. Kenneth Walker was running the ball well. Did some nice little bootlegs. Did the Clint Kubiak offense. So, or is it Clay Kubiak? I think it's Clay Kubiak. It's Kubiak. It's the son of Gary Kubiak. He's calling a good game plan. He's calling a very good game plan. Seahawks at home. They win and cover this game, guys. I feel pretty confident in this one. Total, I lean over 41.5. Spencer Rattler turns the ball over. Seahawks should be able to score. I think Seahawks team total over, whatever that number is, that'll be a good number to bet over. I can see the Seahawks getting to 30 points here, guys. And Saints get into 14, maybe. That'd be a 44. Yeah. I'm staying away from that total, guys. Next game up, we got the Chicago Bears hosting the Dallas Cowboys. Bears are +1 underdogs. It's kind of a pick'em game. You could get -110. You could get -108 for the Cowboys. You can get even money for the Chicago Bears. So say Cowboys are a slight favorite here. Over unders 50.5. And I do like this over. Bears defense is not good. They lost Jalen Johnson, I think, for the season, the cornerback. Tyreek Stevenson didn't look good last week. They don't have an amazing pass rush. They're going to come out and they're going to play hard, but Brian Schottenheimer can call a very good game. Cowboys offensive line is very good at running the ball. Lack of pass rush for the Bears defense. Cowboys should be able to get their great receivers involved against lackluster secondary now for the Bears. On the other side, Bears going to come out juiced up, and the Cowboys defense sucks. Giants were running on them. Giants were throwing all over them. And I think Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson is a very passionate guy. Obviously, this is the Matt Eberflus game. Matt Eberflus is now the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys, so this will be his first trip back to Soldier Field as an opposing coach. And that's an interesting angle as well, if you want to look into that angle. But this is tough, guys. I lean the Bears to win the game. I do not feel good about it. I think the Cowboys are the better team, but I think the spot favors the Bears being 0-2. Cowboys feeling a little too good off of that win. Bears may have slightly the better defense. If you're betting the Bears, you're praying and hoping Caleb Williams manages the offense well. But basically, if the Bears didn't have so many penalties against the Lions last week, Caleb Williams was actually throwing the ball fairly well. They were running the ball fairly well. And so I think this is a spot where the Bears win this game, guys. Probably not going to bet it, but I lean the Bears. And I do like the over 50.5. See if I get there with that. Next game up, we got the Cardinals at the 49ers. Line is creeping up right now to -2.5. I think that's because Brock Purdy's toe is progressing better than they thought. I think there's an outside chance that he plays this week. So that line is going up. If you like the 49ers, I would bet them now. Because I think even if he doesn't play and Mac Jones plays, I think it stays around -2.5. But if Brock Purdy does play, it will go to -3 for sure. Over-unders at 45.5. It's kind of a tough over-under. As a tough over-under, I need to see both these teams play a little bit more. The Cardinals' defense was so nonchalant last week against the Panthers, letting them creep back into that game. And then Cardinals' offense is kind of like hit or miss right now. And then the 49ers' defense is very good still. So my first inclination would to bet the under 45.5. That's what I feel like. Mac Jones turns the ball over way too much, though, and that's why that game against the Saints went over. If you don't turn the ball over against the Cardinals, the game will probably go under. So Brock Purdy starts. The total will probably go up to 47, and then I will definitely get involved, and I will bet under 47. Even though Brock Purdy does turn the ball over a little bit too, but turnovers lead to over games, guys. That's a key thing, guys. If you're betting unders, you want to bet teams that do not turn the ball over. Turnovers create short fields, creates quick scoring, creates more possessions, more scoring overall. Simple as that. So, Mac Jones, he turns the ball over too much for me to bet unders. I lean under 45, and I lean 49ers -2.5. I think they're the right side here, guys. Cardinals they need to prove it to me on the road. Like, okay, you beat the Saints on the road. Let's see you beat a pretty competent, good NFL team in the 49ers. Sunday Night Football, we got the Kansas City Chiefs at the New York Giants. Spread is -6 to the Kansas City Chiefs. 6.5s are there. There's a 6.5, 2 6.5s. Total is at 45.5. We'll call it around there. And this is the Chiefs' situation right now, guys. They are literally a very, very good defense, a great defense. And Patrick Mahomes is playing hero ball. That's what it is. Now, they are probably going to get Xavier Worthy back this week. That will be big for them. Giants defense, if I'm remembering the game correctly, they stopped the run decently against the Cowboys. The Chiefs are not running the ball very well right now, guys, and it's leading to Patrick Mahomes' hero ball, where he's running around. If you like Patrick Mahomes over his rushing prop, I think that's a great bet. It'll probably be like in the mid-20s. I think that's a good bet. I think Patrick is on the move again this week. Giants have a very, very good pass rush. Chiefs offensive line, that left side of the offensive line is basically 2 rookies. They looked better against the Eagles last week. They did. But still, man, guys, that +6 just feels too much for a Giants team. Home opener, prime time, Russell's in rhythm. The Chiefs' defense is good. I think their weak link is the secondary. I think Russ and those receivers, if they can get a little bit of time. Now, Spagnuolo's going to blitz the crap out of the Giants' offensive line. But if the Giants can run the ball, I don't know if they're going to be able to run the ball. It's hard to run the ball in the Chiefs right now. I don't know. It's a weird game, guys. I lean Giants +6. But again, if you win the game, and I'd be hard pressed to think that the Chiefs fall to 0-3. So I really think the Chiefs win this game. Do they cover the number? Well, if you win the game, odds are more times than not you're going to cover the spread. So in that case, I'll probably stay off of the game. Over under 45. I lean under that. I think both these defenses get put on a good show. Now, it is worth noting last week in week 2, the 3 primetime games. What about Thursday night game? Thursday night went over. No. Thursday night went under. Did it go under? The Packers and Commanders? I think that went under. So every primetime game went under. Commanders Packers went under. Vikings Falcons went under. And both Monday night games went under the total. So I know primetime games have been trending under the last couple of seasons. That might be something to look at, guys. It's still people are playing on national TV. They don't want to get embarrassed. The defenders want to have some pride. It's a very serious game. It's not going to be a relaxed game. Both teams are going to be super focused. I'd lean under 45.5. Last game up, Lions at the Ravens. I'm going to be in play in this game. I think it's going to be a 5-unit max bet. I'm not going to really talk about it, guys. Bottom line is one team's overrated. And you can guess which one I think is overrated. Over-under. Let's see what the over-under is. But yeah, I'm definitely betting this game, guys. Wherever the line goes. Right now it's -4.5, -5. I don't care if it goes to 6. I don't care if it goes to 3. I will bet that game, guys. Over-under's at 52.5. They think there's going to be a lot of points in this game. I can understand that. I actually lean, I don't know. I kind of lean under, but both these offenses could take off, so I'm probably gonna leave that total alone, guys. So that's the podcast, guys. Got done in 48 minutes, so that's great. I don't want a super long show. I appreciate you guys for listening. I really do. I know the season so far sucked. I've lost money. If you've bet my plays, you've lost money. I do apologize. I am very reflective over my losses, and I see where I went wrong. I see where there was a little bit of misfortune as well. Basically, all I can control is that I've been betting the NFL for 13 years. I've made money long-term betting the NFL. I know what a good NFL bet looks like. I know when I make a bad NFL bet. And so far, it's been a little bit of combination of both. So I'm confident in my process. I like this week a lot. Feel pretty confident I will make money this week. And yeah, let's do that. Let's make money. Follow me on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, at Easy Money Wins for all my official communication. Click the link in my description for all my bets. Show some love. Comment, like, subscribe. Love y'all guys. I will see you next week.